Hello, everybody. So a few people have been asking for me to show this off. This project that I've been doing in Unreal 4 in my spare time when I'm not working on other things. Um, and so I finally got to the point where I'm pretty happy. I've gotten all the basic mechanics in that I wanted, and so now I'm pretty happy to show it off. So for those who haven't seen it, or maybe you're just some random guy on YouTube who stumbled across this is the basic mechanics for a game that I'm working on called, Elemental is what I'm calling it, or Project Elemental, I don't know, I don't actually have a name yet, so don't yell at me if you've taken it. Basically, it's a puzzle game where it has a lot of the other basic, like, standard puzzle elements, buttons, blocks that you move around, balls that roll around, stuff. And but the twist on this one is, to solve this puzzle you have to attune yourself to certain elements to be able to do certain things, and to get around the puzzle to solve it. So what we see here are 4 pads: green, white, blue, and red. And those represent the 4 different elements, so earth, air, water, fire. And so to attune yourself with a certain element, you just walk right into it, and you'll see in the upper left-hand corner that I need to build lighting, but underneath it said air. That's just my debug code to remind me that, hey, you know, you're now attuned to air. So you can only use an element's, like, special ability while attuned to that element, which, I mean, makes sense. So when you're attuned to Earth, you can use a teleporter, but you can't use air's jump pad, because you'll see up there, it'll say, not attuned to air and Earth. And so that's just saying you're not attuned to air, which is what you should be, and you're currently attuned to Earth. So go run over to the air jump pad, or the air attunement pad, run up, and voila, you can now use the jump pads. And then now for the next one would be water, and I was trying to think of things that water could do that the other ones necessarily couldn't, and the one that I settled on was being able to slip into cracks and, like, leak through stuff. Now, yeah, air can do that, and I haven't decided yet if I want to allow both water and air to do this. But right now, what you can do is, once you're attuned to water, normally we wouldn't be able to walk through this, so let me just quickly attune myself to fire, and you can see I can't walk through this at all. But if I attune myself to water, I can walk right through it, because I'm water, so I can slip right through. So that's beneficial, because it's kind of a two-way thing that only you can go through, but not necessarily any of the physics objects like the balls or the boxes that you'll have to be moving around for the puzzle. They can't necessarily go through that. But to add counterplay to that, we have the fire attunement, which normally if you're attuned to not fire, you can't go through any of this. We'll just pretend this is made of wood or sticks or something. So I can't get through this at all, because I'm not attuned to fire. But as soon as I attune myself to fire, I can burn down the object, and it permanently is removed from the game, from the level at the time, and you can go through it. And so now it's kind of like the water. It's kind of like the water one, where like, you can get through it, but phys objects can't. In this case, you can get through it, and physics objects can. So it's a nice little counterplay that I like. There's a few other ideas that I have for fire that I haven't implemented yet, because I'm not sure where they fit in the overall scope of the game, but I'll be toying with them later. Anyway, so that's it for now. Now that I have the 4 basics done, and they all work how I want them to work, that was the hard part. I'm going to actually start designing some puzzle levels with this, and we're going to see how it turns out. Maybe if I can get a few of them done and the file size isn't too ridiculous, I'll post it somewhere and everyone can play it. But until then, thanks for watching, and see ya.